Hello everybody and welcome to the renewed Xcess podcast. Oh my god, it's been a long time coming, and I cannot wait for you to experience the renewed Xcess podcast. It is going to be fantastic. This first edition obviously is going to be talking about the 2015 WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Not that far away, so we're going to be running through the card, my predictions and stuff like that. Obviously, leave your comments down below, and you can also leave your comments on social media. If you are enjoying the show, don't forget to share your thoughts alongside mine using the hashtag #AccessPodcast on social media. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view going on for 28 years now. The Royal Rumble, the second longest running WWE pay-per-view today, obviously after WrestleMania, which is going into its 31st year this year. WrestleMania 32 in AT&T Stadium next year. Really, really exciting, just recently announced. I am very pumped for this year's WrestleMania, next year at WrestleMania, where they have the chance to break the attendance record. It is going to be fantastic. So, first and foremost, we need to get to the Royal Rumble matches on the kickoff show, which begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 hour long. We have a 6-man elimination tag team match. The New Day, Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods facing off against Adam Rose and the masters of the WWE Universe, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Now, the past few weeks that we've experienced Cesaro and Kidd since they became a tag team, I think the same day the New Day debuted as well on Raw in a tag team turmoil match, it was, they click. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro click as a tag team, and I'm very excited that they're getting the chance to work at a bigger level than what they were in singles competition. Adam Rose, he's not the best NXT call-up in the last few years, but, I mean, they haven't officially given up on him yet, so at least that's something. My predictions for this, I'm thinking that the New Day are going to be winning this kickoff match. I get the feeling that the New Day hasn't really gotten the best of Cesaro, Kidd, and Rose, so I think it's about time for New Day to get a little bit of retribution for the Masters of the WWE Universe, as well as the party captain of the Exotic Express. Alright, and now we move on to the main card. They might throw in another match in the pre-show. I don't know what they're going to do. But we're going to move on to the next match. The New Age Outlaws, for the second year in a row, competing at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. This time, they're not facing off against the tag team champions. No, they're facing off against an up-and-coming tag team from NXT known as The Ascension. I'm a big fan of The Ascension. And I don't know why Vince, Kevin Dunn, whoever it is, why NXT talents are always put down. I don't know why that is. Why call them up in the first place if we're going to put them down, not give them a fair chance? However, that being said, I think the Ascension are going over the New Age Outlaws. The Ascension has been, quote-unquote, disrespecting previous tag teams. Demolition, Road Warriors, you list them, name them. They're trying to get over. They're just trying to get over. I don't see the problem with that. A lot of people apparently had issues with comments about Road Warriors because of Road Warrior Hawk, rest in peace. I didn't really see anything wrong with them, those comments that they made. I don't think they said anything offensive regarding Hawk as a man in his personal life, so, they only mentioned the man in the tag team, not outside of wrestling, so whatever comments they made, which I didn't think were really hurtful, were fine by me. But like I said, the Ascension, I think, are going over the Outlaws, maybe have another match with them at Fastlane or something. I don't know. Maybe WrestleMania as well. Who knows? So that's that, the Ascension going over the New Age Outlaws. Then we have another tag team match. In fact, all of the undercard matches are tag team matches, which is a bit weird for a high caliber pay-per-view. But nonetheless, it's a Divas tag team match. We have the new team of Natalya and Paige, who recently joined the second half of the third season of Total Divas, facing off against the Bella Twins, Brie Bella, and the Divas champion, Nikki Bella. Now, personally, I don't see who could possibly win this match. I mean, Natalya and Paige have been getting the better of the Bellas this week on WWE TV, so maybe the Bella Twins, but I can actually see Paige and Natalya winning due to interference from a returning AJ Lee. She's actually on house show loops, I think, already. Beginning Friday in Trenton, New Jersey, she started returning to house shows, so I can see her returning here. Now, it's either or which team will win, but I think AJ is returning and interfering, and probably going to be thrown right back into the Divas title picture. So, Nikki versus AJ, probably a one-on-one match at Fastlane. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But that's my prediction. I'm going to go with Natalya and Paige. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Natalya and Paige. Alright, and then, for the WWE Tag Team Championships, we have the Usos, the champions, defending against Damien Mizdow and The Miz. Personally, I am a huge fan of Mizdow and The Miz. Damien Mizdow, Sandow, he has been given a ball and ran with it. He has taken this minor role that wasn't really supposed to be considered serious, and made it into a spectacle that fans just eat up. It's outstanding, and I'm looking forward to this match, looking forward to when Mizdow and Miz inevitably split up. I think they're going to have an undercard match at WrestleMania, Mizdow versus Miz, this year, but I'm just looking forward to the split. They kind of teased it during, backstage on SmackDown, with the Usos coming up to Mizdow. So that'll be pretty interesting if it happens actually here at the Rumble. Maybe in the Rumble match, because they hinted at it in the Rumble match, not the tag team match, but the Rumble match. So that'll be interesting to see. I think the Usos are going to retain. Maybe the Ascension, if they don't face the Outlaws at WrestleMania. I think they'll probably face them in a rematch at Fastlane, the new pay-per-view replacing Elimination Chamber. I think the Ascension will probably take on the Usos at WrestleMania. Probably going to be an undercard tag title match. Maybe the pre-show. Just like this past year with the WrestleMania pre-show being a tag team match for the titles. So my prediction are the Usos are going to defeat The Miz and Damien Mizdow to retain the tag team titles. And now we move on to the big events. Probably the main event is going to be the World Heavyweight Championship match. So we're going to talk about the 2015 Royal Rumble match itself. Now, I need to pull it up actually here on WWE.com, the current list of participants. Let's see here. So the current list of participants as of recording this podcast are Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Rusev, Bad News Barrett, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Goldust, Stardust, Big Show, Kane, The Miz, Damien Mizdow, R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, Fandango, and Luke Harper. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, that is 17. More than half the field has been confirmed for this Sunday. Now, there's been lots of rumors about surprise entrants, as there are every year. Surprisingly, not a lot of Shelton Benjamin return rumors, as there usually is, or Carlito. But a lot of people that have been... It's pretty heavily rumored that Sheamus and Randy Orton will be returning in this match. Also, Bo Dallas, and a surprise entrant being Rob Van Dam. Excuse me. And then the rest is just filler and NXT, if they decide to go with more than one NXT guy. Probably going to just be one, maybe for more legends or more filler from the current roster. Who knows? As far as which NXT person, we've had the smallest, we had an average guy in Bo. Then we had the monster in Rusev. I think we're going to go for an underdog this year. I think they're going to pull an underdog into the Rumble. Now, the underdog type on the current roster really is Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville. That's really the only two I can see. Most likely a couple of NXT guys will be backstage so they can, decide last minute if they really want to. But I think they're going to go with Sami Zayn. He's the current NXT champion. Get him some more exposure on the main roster because he's probably at the tippy top of the call-up list following WrestleMania. So I expect Sami Zayn will be the NXT guy. So that, theoretically, let's say that's 18 now. Since 17 confirmed, I assume an NXT guy is going to be in. I'm going to say Sami Zayn. So that's 18. We have 12. Let's say Sheamus, Randy Orton, Bo Dallas are returning entrants. So 21. Rob Van Dam, 22. That's 8 legends, filler, whatever. 4 legends, 3 legends, the rest filler. It could go either way. Maybe we'll even see Rollins, Cena, whoever loses any other matches. The Usos probably will be added. It can be anything. Multiple combinations. Now, this is what I've been dreading. This is what I've been dreading. The Royal Rumble match winner. Now, oh god, it really pains me because I was a really big fan of this person all throughout their time in probably one of the best stables in the last few years. Probably last decade, I'd say. I think it's safe to say the Shield were a top stable in the last decade. One of the top stables. This guy, Roman Reigns, he's been groomed for the last couple months as WWE's next top babyface. And, personally, I think it's too soon. They're going too fast with it. Maybe if they groomed him beginning back at WrestleMania 30, I guess you could say they started grooming him the last Royal Rumble, but they didn't really capitalize on it. All they did was have him break the record for most eliminations, surpassing Kane's 11 and doing 12, or 11 and a half if you want to be technical with El Torito, but, it's whatever. So, I don't know how to personally feel. I mean, it's expected by now. Vince wants it. Apparently Hunter's agreed to it. I don't know the logistics of that report that recently came out. All I know is Vince has his heart set on Roman Reigns being the next guy. I'm really speechless here because Roman is getting better. He's a lot better than when he first started. Not to discredit his in-ring work or his promo skills, which have been getting boos and putting some people to sleep. But I don't think he's ready. I really, really don't. I would say if they were going to do it, WrestleMania 33 would be a good time. I know the one issue I have with it mostly is they had a guy like Brock Lesnar, the current reigning and somewhat defending WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He broke the streak last year. He broke the Undertaker's undefeated streak last year. And then the next year at WrestleMania, because he's apparently leaving to go back to UFC, he's going to do the job to the next guy. I don't like that. I really, really don't. Why would you decide to end the streak? And this is all Vince. Vince said it was his idea to end the streak. It's his idea for Roman to be the next guy. What in Vince's mind made him decide, I'm gonna have Brock defeat the streak, and next year at WrestleMania, he's going to put over my next guy? That takes a lot away from the ending of the streak. If you're going to do it 1 year after the streak ended, I'd understand 2 years, 3 years from when the streak ended. But the next year? Seriously? I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing how the Rumble match result's gonna turn out. Because when Reigns inevitably, throws over a guy like Daniel Bryan or Dean Ambrose for the last Rumble thing, or even Mizdow. I could see Mizdow being in the top few. When he throws a guy like Bryan, Ambrose, Mizdow, Ziggler, Ryback, whoever over, they're in Philadelphia. He's not gonna be cheered. There might be a few cheers from the kids and the children, but there's gonna be a lot of boos. I can already sense that there's gonna be a lot of boos, and I'm sorry to say, but the smart crowds that appear at WrestleMania and the Raw after WrestleMania, they're not gonna really be too tolerable with Reigns either. So, it's basically gonna be another Batista situation from last year. The guy that nobody really wanted to win is going to win. Now, I don't think they're going to do what they did last year and change their plans to have Daniel Bryan shoehorned in and then go on to win the world title. I don't think they're going to do that. They did it once, because apparently nobody likes Bryan as a top guy. Nobody sees him as a top guy. I don't know why, for the life of me. I don't know if that's even true, but, I mean, the way he's been treated and the way they're building up Reigns, starting to believe that actually is true. So, Roman Reigns, I'm going to say, wins the Rumble. Unfortunately, he's going to go on to win the world title. Not a lot of people are going to like it. We're going to have to learn and live with it. A lot of people didn't like the streak ending. I was one of those people. I learned to accept it. I will probably end up accepting Roman as the next big guy as well. Probably going to take longer than getting over the streak, but it is what it is. It's bound to happen. There pretty much is nothing we can do to change it. Because it's a rare, very rare chance that WWE would do what they did last year and change their plans. Very, very slim, rare chance. And I don't think it's going to happen this time around. Lightning will only strike once with that. Alright, and now the main event. For the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the winner faces the Royal Rumble winner at WrestleMania. Based on what I just said for the Rumble match prediction, Brock Lesnar gonna go over. Now, they could throw a surprise curveball, have Cena or Lesnar defeat the other, Rollins not involved in the initial pin, and then Rollins cashes in and wins the title. Then you could still have Brock versus Reigns. You can still do that, have Reigns go over. He can defeat Reigns. Reigns can defeat Lesnar. He can send him packing, go back to UFC, whatever. But I think they're saving Rollins' cash-in for WrestleMania. I mean, say it is Brock versus Reigns at Mania, and say Reigns wins. Rollins can easily cash in on Reigns after that victory at WrestleMania. I wholeheartedly believe, I've been a believer of this pretty much since a few months after Rollins won Money in the Bank, that Rollins will hold off until WrestleMania. He will be the first guy to cash in at WrestleMania. That is my prediction. They could, like I said, they could throw the curveball, have him do it at Royal Rumble, and walk into Mania as the champion. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Rollins and Randy Orton are going to have a undercard match at WrestleMania. So, I don't know. But I do think the plan is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So, it doesn't really matter who Brock pins, but it's most likely going to be Cena in order to keep Rollins a little bit strong when it comes to cashing in Money in the Bank. You never know when it's going to happen, stuff like that. So, Brock is going to defend the title, go on to WrestleMania, face Roman Reigns, probably lose, and then ride off into the sunset back to UFC. Say hi to Phil for me, Brock. Anyway, that is pretty much going to do it for this edition of the Xcess podcast, going through the Royal Rumble pay-per-view Sunday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and the pre-show starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, so check all that out. Again, going through my predictions really quickly. In the pre-show, I'm picking the New Day to go over Cesaro, Kid, and Rose, picking the Ascension to go over the New Age Outlaws, Natalya and Paige to go over the Bella Twins, the Usos to go over Damien Mizdow and The Miz, Roman Reigns to win the 2015 Royal Rumble, and move on to face the winner of the WWE World Title match, Brock Lesnar, at WrestleMania 31. Thank you for tuning into this edition of the Xcess podcast. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.